Hey everybody, happy Sunday evening. Hey, how's everybody doing? If you're watching this right after I post it, you're probably up pretty late on Sunday. What are you doing? You gotta go to work tomorrow? Anyhow, sorry guys. Cheers. Keep yourself hydrated in the heat. The CNE starts. The CNE starts this week. It already started. Sorry, it already has started this Friday. It's first weekend of the CNE. It's Canadian National Exhibition for those you following somewhere else other than Toronto area. But so usually when I was growing up in the Toronto area, my parents took us to the CNE. It was a hellacious day of crowds and rides and popcorn and stuff. And when Canada's Wonderland opened, it was like, this is like a breath of fresh air. I don't have to walk through crowds to get on a ride, which was great. You still have to line up, but the CNE was in, and I'm playing the CNE next Saturday night, August 23rd with Keep the Faith. And I hope everybody who's within a shot of that place can come on down to the CNE. And but the CNE, what I was trying to say about the weather and staying hydrated during the heat, is usually when the CNE opened, started to cool down, started getting cold. It was cooler and started to just sneak into September, and we went back to school, and we were depressed because we were back in school. But savor the summer, as I always say. Savor the heat and get out there and still see some outdoor shows, which is what I did see this week. Playing my Les Paul because I went to a concert on Wednesday night at the Budweiser stage just outside the CNE. I parked in the CNE grounds actually, which was not too bad actually. Got out of there pretty quickly, surprisingly for Toronto. But this was the guitar of choice at the concert I saw, which had three very popular bands. One being Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon, who basically can't call his band REO Speedwagon. It's the same guys. I've seen REO Speedwagon. It's the same guys, but he had some kind of contractual problem with Bruce Hall, the bassist of the band, and so now he can't use the name REO Speedwagon, so now he calls himself the Kevin Cronin Band. It's exactly the same song, exactly the same guys, everything else. And guitar player Dave Amato, guitar of choice. Opening band was probably the most famous out of them all, maybe, arguably, was Don Felder, ex of the Eagles. Guitar of choice. Then we went to the headlining act, who were phenomenal. Styx and Tommy Shaw, lead guitarist, lead vocalist for a lot of the songs. Guitar of choice. The Sunburst Les Paul, yes, and they all had beautiful ones. Don Felder, main guitar, Dave Amato, main guitar, had about a couple of them. I think Felder had a couple, and Tommy Shaw had a couple, one standard one like this, and then one with Floyd Rose. Great night if you're a watcher of guitars like me, and phenomenal guitar sounds out of, I can say two of the bands. This is the Dave Amato. I'm sorry, man, but you weren't cutting through. It was good. Your playing was great, but you weren't cutting through. Dave Amato is also, if you don't know the name, he's a complete guitar pig. Hangs out at Norm's Rare Guitars in California. Has a whole ton of just vintage stuff that he plays live. Like I said, a couple Les Pauls. Actually played about 4 Les Pauls. SGs, Actually did have some tellies. I don't know if he played a Strat or not, but Gibson was well represented in his set. Tommy Shaw played a lot of Les Pauls, SGs, Explorers, Gibson Double Neck, SG, EDS, and then Don Felder, of course, played a lot of Gibsons too. 335, so of course there was 335s there too. And but Don Felder's set, arguably, some people would say the best set of the night if you weren't a Styx fan. Um, all Eagles except for two songs. Amazing, amazing stuff. And the band was phenomenal. They did Seven Bridges Road to a T, vocal harmonies. But let's talk about Styx for a second here. Styx is Tommy Shaw's probably one of my favorite singers of all time, even though he's considered the lead guitar player. He is probably one of my favorite singers of all time. Maybe it's because I'm a singer guitar player. I don't know. Maybe that's the way. Maybe that's why. But he's phenomenal. He's 71 years old, and he looks like he's probably 40 or 30, through late 30s, and just killing it. And Styx had an incredible sound. They did Grand Illusion in its entirety, which was phenomenal. I can realize that every song was great, and I knew every song on the album. Castle Walls was just epic. But the sound man for Styx, I don't know if he's come across a new way of doing things, but the clarity was just incredible for every instrument. They had an extra guitar player, as well as JY was looking a little weak. They did have another guitar player. Sadly, I don't remember his name, but he is the producer of the last bunch of Styx albums. Kind of like a John Shanks guy who's the producer of the album and also comes out and play guitar on tour. But he played a lot of stuff. And they have Terry Gowan now on bass. I think those two guys have, sparked some new energy in the band, because the band was just phenomenal musician-wise and energy-wise, and it was just a much tighter show that I've ever seen of them. And, it was just, some bands get better. Some bands just get better, and this was one of those bands. They just got better, and like I was saying, the sound man touched on something that I never saw before. I think he's found a way to boost the lead guitar solos without really destroying anything else of the sound, and they just came forward. And the only reason I knew he was doing something different was he made a mistake at one point where he just boosted one of the guitars, not during a guitar solo, and was like, whoa, and then I thought to myself, that's what the guy's doing. He's got some kind of way of cranking it, and it's not just volume; it's the whole EQ and everything. Interesting. Go see Styx, you'll see this. Yeah, just a great show. Styx did Grand Illusion, and just all the rest was all just hits. Mr. Roboto, Renegade, and everything else from the other albums that were really good. Lady. Special honorary mention to Larry Gowan, who's been in Styx longer than any other original member probably was ever in Styx. Not naming any names, but he's I would not want to see Styx with anybody else but Larry Gowan. I know some diehard Styx fans would want that other guy, who's kind of an egomaniac type guy, but Larry Gowan in Styx is just phenomenal. His musicality, his musicianship is incredible on the keyboards, and his vocals are dead on. He's the same with Tommy Shaw, dead on vocals. Even though these guys are getting way up there in age, Tommy Shaw especially, 71 years old and still singing all the high harmonies. Don't know how he does it, but phenomenal. I just think that's great that in a time where we're kind of watching very older bands from the 70s and that come about. I think I just broke a string on my guitar. As I see, you see, like I said, bands getting older and can't really do it anymore, or don't do it very well, or you kind of feel sorry for them on stage. Here's a band that just got better. Even REO Speedwagon was feeling a bit of the pain here, even though they're not original members anymore or anything like that. It kind of felt that way. Don Felder sang everything. He did drop a lot. He did drop the tuning down. I was watching. Some of those songs were down a lot lower, but still, you could tell what the songs were, and they were really good. But anyways, hats off and cheers to guys that are out there who are older and still rocking in their 70s out there. I think Kevin Cronin's 74. REO Speedwagon. Well, Kevin Cronin of Kevin Cronin. Um, they're all staying hydrated and staying alive on stage. Yes, they are. Anyhow, I would just like to say that about some of the bands that are out there today. Yeah, there's some great stuff still out there playing, and it doesn't have you don't have to go out to see old bands to enjoy things. I saw the Struts the other week and they were a phenomenal band. I'm gonna go see. I think we're gonna go see Hailstorm in September, which is just there's not one bad Hailstorm song I find. Every song I've heard is just phenomenal. Um, but yeah, get out there and play. Go out and see bands. It's still hot out there, guys. Still hot out there, so you can see some outdoor shows. I think outdoor shows basically in my area go to October 1st, which is kind of scary because some weather can turn to the worst, by the way. But anyways, local stuff, lots of stuff going on for our, my Bon Jovi tribute, Keep the Faith. We played in Jarvis, Ontario on the weekend. Special thanks to 50 Mission, local Brantford Tragically Hip tribute, who shared the bill with us. They headlined the show. We played right before them. Great guys. And this weekend we will be doing our own show, a long one. I was just reviewing it here. Yeah, we're playing from 8 to 12 midnight at the CNE on the main Midway stage. 2 sets though. We're not playing 3 hours straight. 2 sets. Come out and see it. If you're a Bon Jovi fan, you're going to see all the deep cuts that we do anyways. But they're well chosen deep cuts, and you might just see a few surprises. And come out and see us at the CNE. It's just I think park admission gets you anywhere to see the bands, and park admission is a lot cheaper after I think 6 or 7 o'clock. Check into that. So if you just want to see us play at 8, come out. 98 Degrees, the boy band, is also playing concurrently with us. I think their show will be over long before ours. So if you do go see 98 Degrees at the band show, walk over and see us. My brother Rodney and his band Simply Skinnerd, Skinner Tribute, is playing the country stage, I believe, at 3 p.m. to 6. So hey, if you want to see 3 great bands, if I do say so myself, come to the CNE on Saturday, August 23rd, this weekend. Anyhow, see you later, guys. Have a good one. Sorry it's late. Had lots going on today, man. Yeah, Bridge on Fire will be back in September, and we're going to get into rehearsals and get some stuff happening. And meanwhile, keep it going, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.